It is time for the inaugural rip on the new scooter. We got the Joyor S10 over here, almost said S5. That's the one that I returned because it simply didn't have the juice to satisfy me in the nether regions. It was advertised as topping out at 31 miles an hour, but I had to give it a lot of body language downhill to actually hit that, and it took forever, acceleration-wise, to actually reach that advertised top speed. So I replaced it with its big brother, the S10, which actually has dual hub motors, so one in the front wheel, one in the rear. You can control that if you want to go rear wheel drive or all wheel drive, so both drive wheels. Really are collecting a lot of scooters in this here garage. I'm going to be testing out a new mic setting for the GoPro using the Media Mod rear mic. So hopefully that cuts down some of the wind noise we're experiencing on those recent jet ski vlogs where we're starting to go pretty fast now that we're out of the break-in period. Now this scoot is advertised for a max speed of 37 miles an hour, so not the 57 that we're capable of hitting on the Fish Pro 170 over here, but this will be a good gauge of the wind noise, and if the settings I'm using here today sound good on this bad boy, it'll probably sound pretty good on this bad boy. So one main notable difference that I immediately noticed between the S5 and the S10 is obviously the weight difference. This is quite a bit heavier. It feels quite a bit heavier, probably because it has that extra motor up front. Other than that, it is pretty much identical. The suspension, the brakes are a little bit different. They do feel better, more grabby, more bite. And actually, you know what? I believe these might actually be hydraulic disc brakes as opposed to just friction disc brakes like you'd see on an entry-level mountain bike on the S5, which makes sense because you have a little bit more top speed, more weight to slow down to bring your big ass to a stop, so yeah. Also, the buttons are different over here. Instead of having down, up, and then power, it's power at the bottom and then up and down here. Also, the little bell is a little bit louder. It is a difference. As you can see, 0 miles on the odometer. This is a brand new scoot. I almost said ski just because I've been recording a bunch of content with this bad boy, vlogs and whatnot, but not ski, it's a scoot. And by holding down the plus button over here, that will change from single drive into D drive, which stands for dual drive if you want that front wheel spinning as well. Enough talking, let's get to riding. Actually, my GoPro chest mount is in here. I do strongly recommend getting a phone mount, especially if you're going to be taking your scooter anywhere far where you might want GPS, or to have a phone for emergency contact easily accessible. One very important sticker, so I'm going to share with you what it means before I remove it. This little safety latch does need to be down, or else this latch right here could come undone and your scooter basically folds on itself while you're hauling ass and you bust your teeth all the hell.
Taking off out of the garage and across the grass, I immediately noticed the suspension was just like the S5 and that it's very good, soaking up all the bumps. Tires are also pretty grippy. You'll see me doing a little back and forth bobbing and weaving to warm them up, so to speak. They are brand new 10-inch pneumatic tires. Now, me personally, I'm on the fence about if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Yes, it rides smoother by having air-filled tires as opposed to solid tires, but you can get flats. If you run over a nail or a big piece of glass or something, you have to worry about slime in your tire or patching it.
Well, stop you there.
And that can be a pain in the ass if you're really far from your car. So right now I'm in S mode, which is the single drive motor, just the rear wheel drive, and it's okay. It's not really blowing my tits back.
We'll lift these handlebars up real quick. There we go. Put her in dual drive mode. Get that full beans.
If this is my first time on an electric scooter, I'd probably be supremely moist. Once I pop it into D drive and get that dual motor action, that front wheel spinning, giving me all-wheel drive in essence, it just really wakes the scooter up and makes it exactly what I wanted.
God damn, this thing's fast. Holy hell.
About 20 miles an hour, pinning that wide sweeper.
Damn, once you put it into dual mode, that really wakes it up, so you're getting that second motor. It feels like it almost doubles the power.
So taking that first speed bump pretty easily, but as you're going to watch throughout the vlog, I start getting real comfortable with the capabilities of the scooter.
What's going on, man?
And end up going wide throttle, wide open across those speed bumps. Great brakes front and rear.
Damn, this thing is so much faster than the S5, it really is.
If you squeeze them, you're blocking up and flipping your ass over the handlebars or skidding. Okay, acceleration from a dig. Gets up to 20 miles an hour pretty quickly. Clearance is pretty decent. There are 2 speed bumps in my neighborhood where I will bottom out or scrape the bottom of the deck, which I don't like to do because, well, your battery's in there, and granted, they have a little skid plate. I just don't like to do that when I can easily go around the speed bumps. Fast. Nice little straightaway right here. Open it up in that dual drive. Now this is gear number 3. There's 3 gears, 3 meaning the most power. You have low, medium, and high output. This is typical of most electric scooters. When you get on them, they'll be in 0, so the scooter won't go anywhere when you press the throttle. And then you press the plus button, that'll put it in gear 1, which is a low power mode. Maybe you're new to the scooter, you're giving it to a child.
There's a car coming, so we'll get ahead of him.
Probably don't want to put a child on a scooter like this. They'll loop themselves into a mailbox.
Holy shit. Yeah, so that suspension soaks up literally any bump you might hit. Pretty wild. That car's way back there. Holy shit.
But once you get more comfortable with the scooter, you can put it into gear 3.
Man, this thing is beast. Beast stats.
Which in essence just unlocks all the power of the motor. Something I haven't done yet, but I do recommend is angling your brake levers, because as you see, they're kind of putting my wrist at a weird angle. I'd like them tilted down or angled about 15 to 20 degrees.
Catching a little air off these freaking speed bumps. Good lordy. Now, as these are new tires, I'm not trying to lean it over too much because there's not a whole lot of traction.
Nice wide sweeper there. Taking it real easy. I probably could have been going about 8 to 10 miles an hour faster than that.
Damn, dude, this thing rips.
But as these are brand new tires, they simply do not have the traction on the sidewall because they haven't been broken in yet. It's just really slick rubber.
Yeah, this is definitely what I was looking for. I was missing it in the S5, but this has the acceleration that I want. I like the brakes and suspension of the S5, but now that I have the acceleration I want here, this is just awesome. Oh. It's something back there.
I'm liking these new GoPro mic settings with the rear mic. Don't pick up too much wind noise, and I can hear myself pretty clearly at speed.
Yeah, this thing shreds. Feels super stable. Brakes are insanely good. Initial impressions are good.
Just the nimble little ripper, to be honest. You could commute on this thing no problem if you're in one of those metro urban areas where people zip around on these scooters and commute on them. You'd be dusting the doors off all the rental scooters for sure. Most of those little rental scooters in urban areas top out at like 18 to 20 miles an hour, and those actually cause the most accidents because you have unexperienced scooter riders that hop on there and they're running into pedestrians going like full speed, 18 miles an hour, causing injury, and then it gives a bad name to scooter riders that have faster scooters but know what they're doing and don't ride like a couple of fucking Nimrods. Mini rant over, but yeah. I think that applies to anything, like even jet skis. You get the rentals out there crashing into people, making a bad name for the rest of us. It's just not fun.
Yeah, that was wide open throttle across that speed bump, no issue.
As promised, getting more comfortable. Wide open throttle here. Boom, just eats it. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. A little skid of the tire there. Don't want to do that too much because I really don't want to wear down these tires.
Oh shit.
A proper review of the Joyor S5 and S10 as well as a comparison amongst the two coming in the near future, because this video here today was just me whipping around acting like a Nimrod but having a blast on the scooter because it has all the features from the S5 that I liked, such as that really soft squishy suspension, great brakes. However, it has the speed that I wanted now that it has an additional motor. The S5 and S10 are both linked in the description below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.